Welcome back to the Red Zone. We wrap things up with North Central College Sports Information Director, Clark Teuscher. Clark, thanks for coming in.
Good to be back.
So the women's soccer team did something they've never done before as they beat Elmhurst for the first time in the program's history, then followed that up with a win against Lawrence University on Sunday.
Yeah, to put up a 2-0 win against an opponent that you've never beaten on their home field, certainly a huge step forward for that program. As a team that really kind of had some struggles offensively early on in the season, but they seem to have put some things together. Particularly on Sunday, they beat a non-conference opponent in Lawrence University 4-1, scored 3 of their goals off of corner kicks. So certainly the set pieces and things that the coaches are putting in certainly taking hold in the minds of the players.
Yeah, the corner kicks were really working for them on Sunday. And the Red Zone was there to see the women's soccer team crush the Vikings. Let's go to the highlight.
First-year head coach Bonnie Young and the Cardinals getting set to face the Lawrence University Vikings at Benedetti Worley Stadium. Vikings try to swing the momentum on the Cardinals' side of the field. As Kelly Machowski moves the ball up to Kristen Edwards, she uses her left leg to thread the needle to find the back of the twine for a 1-0 Lawrence lead just under 12 minutes in. Cardinals respond to the 19th minute as Katie McNeila does her best Night at the Roxbury's impression off Victoria Dunn's corner kick. Her header locks the game at 1 goal apiece. With a minute left in the first half, the Cardinals using the Suns' power like Superman as Dunn and McNeila hook up for their second corner kick goal and a 2-1 North Central lead at half. Cardinals setting up shop on the Vikings side of the field the next 45 minutes as Hope Stayer looking for the corner sends the kick wide. Then Mackenzie Wegner on the restart puts a nice hook on this one, but Stayer's noggin can't find the net. But Stayer stays on the attack as she moves up the right side. She gets tripped up by a Viking defender in the box. She's a little shaken up but stays in for the PK, and Cardinal fans are glad she does as she goes top right corner for the insurance goal, 3-1 North Central. And it's another corner kick that puts this one in the books as Colleen Gebauer keeps it low and Carolyn Masterson is the master of deflection. The Cardinals outshoot the Vikings 19-3 in the contest and run away with a 4-1 victory.
So Clark, the women's soccer team has a first-year head coach in Bonnie Young. It seems that she's really moving the program in the direction she wants it to go.
Yeah, it's going to take a couple of years for her to get a team full of players that she's recruited and brought in on her own. So there's going to be still some adjustment going forward, but certainly seems to be in a good position to take some steps forward, especially in terms of their standing within the CCIW.
Mm-hmm. And the women's volleyball team wasn't as lucky in the CCIW match last night against Carthage as they fall after winning the first game.
Yeah, they lost in 4 sets. It came out really, really strong. Carthage made some adjustments in the second set and started to play a lot better. They didn't, North Central didn't get the response that they were necessarily looking for out of a young team. They kind of lost their composure for a little bit. Came out of it in the 4th set, almost forced a 5th one, but it wound up coming out on the losing end for the first time in the conference this season.
Well, and as you said, with so many young players, the youth started to show, which it hasn't really showed this year, but maybe that's sort of a learning experience for this young squad.
Yeah, they've been able to learn while winning for most of the season, but we've had a couple of occasions there where they've come out on the wrong end and been forced to learn some things the hard way. Fortunately, this was just one match. They've got 4 home matches coming up this weekend in their tournament, as well as a couple of CCIW matches remaining, so hopefully they can take the lessons that they've learned there and apply them here in the next couple of weeks.
And their coach could set the all-time victory record at this tournament this weekend.
Yeah, Karen Bunkenberg is 2 victories short of tying Marcy Thurwachter's record for coaching victories in volleyball. 4 chances at home to get it done in front of the home crowd this weekend. So certainly a great accomplishment for somebody who's put together an outstanding coaching career at North Central.
And another great accomplishment, Mary-Kate Roan earns all CCIW honors for the first time ever as she gets 5th at the CCIW championships.
Yeah, Mary-Kate was in 1st place actually after the first day and played in the final group on Saturday as well. Didn't necessarily come up with the end of the tournament that she was hoping for, but certainly a great accomplishment and another show of improvement for somebody who's gotten a lot better in the 3 years that she's been playing golf for North Central.
Yeah, you don't want to call it a disappointment after the position she was in, but obviously that'll sort of help her, next year as a senior after, being in that final group.
Yeah, she was the low scorer this season for North Central by a couple of strokes per round. Has improved drastically since her freshman year. She's really worked to get to that level, and I think you're going to see that improvement continued through the spring and into her senior year as well.
And a couple of women's soccer and lacrosse teams, they're joining together for a toy drive for their biggest fan.
Yeah, the women's soccer and lacrosse teams are conducting a toy drive this week. to benefit children who are receiving cancer care at Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago. It's been set up through the fundraising efforts of an 8-year-old cancer patient named Rosie Colucci. Rosie has been adopted by both of those programs through the Friends of Jacqueline Foundation since about 2010. The Friends of Jacqueline Foundation is an organization that connects pediatric cancer patients with high school and college sports teams to help raise awareness and fundraising, as well as to provide a connection and an outlet for these kids who are going through a really tough time. And they've really kind of mutually benefited from that relationship the past 2 years. They're going to be collecting toys at the soccer game this weekend against Carthage College at 4:30 at the stadium. There will be a drop box in the athletic department offices during business hours on Friday, and there will be a list of suggested donation items on our website at northcentralcardinals.com.
That's fantastic. We hope Cardinal Nation can make some needy kids very happy this winter. Thanks, Clark.
Thank you.
The Cardinals hope to keep their winning ways this Saturday as they go for their 17th straight victory over the Vikings of North Park University. I'm Mark Dahlquist. We'll see you next week on the Red Zone.